So this is another example solves video, except this is a special one because these solves are actually the reconstructions of my 9.54 world record average. So scrambles are on the screen and reconstructions will be linked in the description or the comments. So here's the first scramble. Obviously we see this and that. So I started it in this orientation and solved those with an f wide prime. Then I saw these two. So to solve those, I did r wide to ru, r wide, f prime. So I'll do that now. So f wide prime solves that. And these two r wide, put them here, and then ru, r wide, and I was tracking this, and I knew it would come up here, f prime. Now I solved that there while preserving this pair that was made for me, so u prime r like that, and then I inserted this in the back like this, while keeping an eye on this pair, and as I was doing that, I saw this was going to go back there with the r wide, so then I immediately did an m prime to bring it here, and then u r prime to keep orientation. Now here I kind of got nervous and accidentally did a u prime and then realized I have to do two more u primes to get it back to where I have to do the alg, and then I did the alg kind of in a locky way, and I know the alg doesn't change any edges, so I saw the EOLR, I saw the blue edge isn't here and it's not this one, so it's in the back. So if I switch these two, I'll get the arrow like that, and u prime m prime to put them on the bottom, u prime m2. Here, I should have just done a u, but to cancel, but I did a u prime by accident, and then I had to do another u prime, and then m prime there. So this solve was 9.12 seconds. It was 47 STM and 5.15 STPS. Here's the second scramble. So obviously I see this easy pair and this pair. So this was actually a really easy scramble. The time was 9.5. It should have been a lot better than this, and I'll show you why. So this, I started the cube kind of like this. I picked it up, solved that in the back like that, ur, u wide prime, and then that brings this pair to the top, so then I did u prime, f prime, and I was tracking this edge the whole time. And then from here, I saw this edge with this edge and that corner. So while inserting the dr edge, I did r wide to bring that edge to the bottom, then u m prime, u2, and solve this pair in the front while influencing the next pair. So end with an r wide prime to set this up for m prime, and then u2 insert in the back. Now here, what I actually did is u prime f, and then I kind of messed up here and did a u2 by accident. So I have to do u prime, r prime, u prime, f prime. But what I should have done is obviously not messed up the finger trick of the alg, but that alg flips these two and it has an extra u2. So I should have just done f inverse sexy f prime, and then that would have given me a better arrow, a good arrow. And as you saw, that CMLL and LSC was really fast, so I kind of messed that up, but either way, I still got this decent EOLR, and I did m prime, u prime, m to set these two up, and then u prime like that, solve them opposite. And then here I actually predicted the 4C well and canceled into it. Oh, and I forgot to mention, so this second solve was 9.59 seconds. It was 40 STM and only 4.17 STPS. This third solve was my best solve of the average. It was 8.87. So at the beginning, I didn't see much on the scramble. I saw like this pair, but the rest of it was kind of awkward. So instead, I decided to do green-white because this is a one-move pair, and then this kind of sets up nicely. The bad part about that is it starts with a rotation. So I started kind of rotated awkwardly with that in the back left, and I did f prime, r wide prime, d prime to solve that pair in the bottom, which leaves me with this, which is just f prime like that. And then I had to rotate after that, but my second block was pretty lucky on this, so I just did r wide, u, oh, oops, what am I looking at here? I did r wide prime, u prime, r wide prime, pairing this, and that leaves me this easy pair right here, like that. And here I immediately did a u2 and did this alg. And there I knew it would flip the edges on the top, so I immediately went into this by doing r wide, and then set up this EOLR on the bottom and 4C skip. So this solve was 8.87 seconds. It was 39 STM and 4.4 STPS. All right, here's the fourth scramble. Shoot. All right, here's the fourth scramble. We can see two easy pairs, but I was really nervous and I couldn't really figure out what to do with them. This one's bad because it's like stuck to these two. This one's slightly better. The red block was bad, so I did green. So to solve this square, I just brought that to the back and did did it like that. And then these two I solved like this. And that leaves this for the second block. So here is where I completely messed up the solve. So I tried to like do too many things at once. So I did r wide u prime to bring that here, and then I saw this corner while I was doing that, so I wanted to pair it with this edge. So I just did r u prime r, and instead of just doing like u2 and inserting in the back, for some reason I started solving this pair, and I did like u r u2 r2, and then I got confused here, and then I did like u2 again, and then I had to solve this pair without breaking that one, so I had to do another r2 and another u and another r2 and another u, and then ru2, and then solve this pair. And I got this CMLL, which I've actually gotten a lot in official solves. It's kind of weird. And this one with that for EOLR, so I just did M prime, U prime, but I messed up the LSC really badly too, because instead of M, I did like R wide prime, and then U prime, M prime, but that messed up the second block, so I had to do M, U, R to undo that. And then after this, I was just basically completely freaked out, so I had to do U prime, U prime, U prime, M, but I had to undo that, so U, M prime, U2, M, and then I started kind of doing the right thing, U prime, M2, U prime, which I should have done U, and then M2, M2, U prime, M2, U prime, U prime. So that solve was like 51 moves and 3.3 TPS, so it was a 15 because I just did a lot of dumb things. Here's the fifth and final solve, which basically made it the world record. So I did the red-yellow, so we have the edge already solved there, and then the DR edge over here. And I see if I do an R2, I have a line, and that brings this edge here, so I can pair it up with this corner with a U2, and then RU prime B. This DR edge is just going to end up there. So I just started like this, did R, D prime, U prime, U prime, and then solved this pair. Like that, and then I brought that to the DR edge here, like this, and then R prime, and then I started solving this pair, so bring it down, like that, and then influence this next pair by doing R wide prime to get this green. Here I did U prime to recognize because I couldn't really see it, and I didn't do the multi-angle recognition, and that was kind of my instinct. And I had to do another U prime, and then this algorithm. That gave me this, and luckily, or not luckily, but I managed to see the EOLR instead of doing M prime, I just did M, which is good. And then U prime, M2. And here, I'm really bad at 4C recognition when white and yellow aren't on top. So I did U prime and then another U prime U because I thought these two need to swap. And then I recovered quickly and did M2 like that. So I'm happy I didn't screw that up because that was really close near the end. I might have messed that up and slightly missed world record. But the last solve was 9.91, 42 moves, and 4.2 TPS. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this gave you more insight into what I was thinking during the solves. And yeah.